Yeah, the grey one. That was
with the red wheels. That was really
He
nice,
done really well with that. It was like $7,000, I think. And it was like $7,000 more than I had.
But I'm that little devil on his shoulder going, get it. Just get it.
It's like, don't worry about it. Worry about it later. I'm
Yeah,
like,
just tell him, put the deposit down.
I'm just keeping the police in business with the fines I paid. But one thing I forgot to say about my points, I actually got pulled over driving a car by a policeman on a horse.
How fast was yours?
It's like some medieval fellow.
No, literally.
Like a centaur.
And
They should all be about 6.
This one. This one.
I haven't got my gigs on.
Oh, Mr.
kegs.
Magoo. Wait, fans are getting Mr. Magoo to do the
Should have borrowed.
What
recording.
was that? They're on about 7 now. So
All right, we go from
7.
there. Yeah. Right. So this is the podcast. This is actually podcast number 2 or 002 because we're leading up to 007. So if you can tell us who you are and what you drive.
Currently?
Yeah.
So,
Well, actually, who you are first.
my name's Dean. I'm actually his brother.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, we are twins.
Yeah. Go on, give them the old Danny DeVito spiel.
Yeah. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. What am I driving now? Q7 Audi is a daily, and I've got a 1966 C10 Chevy.
Okay, so you tell us a little bit about the Q7 first.
It's black.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
It's a V8, isn't it?
It's a V8.
Yeah.
Always have a V8. It's twin turbo V8. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
alright. It's good. It's nice.
So, and what have you done to that so far? Because it's not standard, is it?
No, I've had it lowered, straight through exhaust, and remapped.
Okay. And the exhaust does sound cool.
It burbles a little bit. Yeah.
It sounds cool from the back, but not the front.
No, when I first had it done, I was a bit disappointed. So I phoned him up and said I can't hear it. So he said, "Open your windows. You got like that's what do you call it? Soundproof, like in your car."
Yeah.
So I let the windows down. I could hear the exhaust. And I was all right.
this is on your Audi?
Yeah.
Your Q7?
Yeah. So I drove it around. It sounded just like a normal car, and then I have to open the
Fancy
windows.
phoning up and complaining.
Yeah, I did. I was like, "Mate, this sounds shit. I can't hear anything." And he's just like, "Roll your windows down." So
Brilliant.
yeah, no, it sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So a twin turbo V8 with
Yeah.
a straight through exhaust is a daily.
Yeah, but diesel, yeah,
Oh, sensational.
Yeah. It's still juicy though, right?
it's all right.
Yeah. Fair enough. Right. So more importantly, tell us about your other ride.
So it's a truck, 1966 Chevy truck.
And it's cool. We'll put some pictures up on the screen so people can see
Yeah,
it.
it's a project. It's always ongoing products, isn't it?
I think most cars are though, aren't they? Really.
Yeah.
So, but obviously, did you buy it as it is now, or have you done a load of work to it?
No, so I bought it. I bought it with air ride on. I took it to the fellow that done my exhaust, and I said to him about it, and he just said that the air ride was all in the wrong place. And then when he got down to brass tacks and took it apart, the chassis was twisted, and he had to do loads of work on it.
Yeah, it cost you a lot of money, didn't
it did. Yeah, a lot of time and money.
Yeah, so it literally it was gone for like 8 months. I think
Yeah,
it's
at
like
least,
a common thing with us.
Yeah,
You give people our cars and never see them again.
I know. Yeah, same with my Cortina. Cortina's gone for 4 years.
Yeah, we get to
It
your
must be
question
the
in a
North
bit.
Curse.
Yeah,
that
it must
you
be,
buy
yeah.
cars and just don't drive them.
We just don't like driving them. We just like having them.
Yeah.
Give them someone else to play with.
Yeah, but we'll get to the Cortina in a minute. But
Yeah.
staying on the Chevy C10.
C10, yeah.
It is a bit of a beast. So what did you have done to it? You changed the air rides.
Yeah, all new air management tanks.
So what air rides did you put on it? Because
It's got a 3P airlift system in it.
it all runs off.
It's all digital. I can do it on my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So it's got preset ride heights as well.
Yeah, and then so you done that, and you done the exhausts.
Yep. Yeah. The exhaust kick out the side. Steve done them. Yeah, it did have straight through exhaust. It just went down below the cab, but it's just too loud. It's too droning.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear like he was next to me. Did you ever come in it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't. They were shouting at each other.
It
weren't
was
they?
really bad.
Yeah, you couldn't really hear that.
So now the exhausts sort of come out the side, don't they?
Come out just front of the back wheels.
Looks really smart.
Yeah.
And then so you've done some other things for it. You've changed the wheels, haven't you?
About 5 times. Yeah.
And it's not easy changing the wheels on this.
No,
Chevy.
it isn't. Do you remember? Yeah.
We had to almost pull the rear bed out.
Yeah,
to
the
try and get wheels.
airfield, which we'll talk about. That was a
Oh, the airfield
Yeah,
situation.
that was
We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
We getting them 20-inch wheels on. They're about 12 inches wide.
Yeah.
I had to get adapters made for the backs, and they just wouldn't go under the arches, would they?
No.
We had to cut them apart. Eventually got them in. We shoehorned them in. just getting them off so it'd be a bit of a...
Yeah. But, so you've actually got some more wheels to go on it now.
Yeah.
So you'll probably see at the beginning of this, like our intro video, is Dean's Chevy, and it's got the red wheels on it.
Yeah, hot rod wheels.
But they weren't the wheels that were on it when you bought it, were they?
No, I had 5 spokes. Yeah, 15-inch 5 spokes on it.
Yeah. So then we changed them
But they
to the
had
red
big
ones.
lugs, so the lugs on them were like open. There was oval. So I didn't realise, but the wheels were moving.
Oh, right.
It never drove right. So as soon as I put the steels on it, it drove like a dream. And obviously we had the blowout incident.
Yeah.
So we might as well bring this up. So we basically hired an airfield. Or one of our friends
Matt did,
hired the airfield, and we were racing up and down in all these different cars. And Dean had his truck. Was it the first go?
Yeah, I didn't even go on
It was, yeah.
It was in the car park.
Yeah, the first go.
Yeah.
I think it was in the car park.
No,
No. It was on the airfield.
Yeah.
I was your passenger, and you just thought, right, let's gun it.
He was, yeah.
Russell was in the car to get some good shots.
I was in the car behind.
You were in the car behind, and I think you
So one of the lads said to slam it down.
slam the air to
So
get some
I
good
did.
rolling shots.
Yeah.
You
And
set off, and the rear tyre just
popped. I think a
exploded.
bit of trim caught the tyre, didn't it? And just
Yeah.
melted it and it just popped, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were in the car behind you, and as you're a bit of a show off when it comes to your airline. So as he's pulled away...
What's the point in having it?
So as he's pulled away, he then slammed it down, and it starts to spark at the back, which looked really smart. But then
Yeah, I didn't see
within
that.
seconds, there's this puff of smoke, and we've sort of overtook Dean, and it's like, oh shit, that's not good, because we're on an aired strip.
Yeah, we weren't even allowed to do donuts on it.
It was a working airstrip as well. So
we was going on in between aeroplanes coming in.
so you literally have like a 10-minute window where Dean's halfway down it with a blown tyre, and it's like you've got to get that truck off. It was quite scary.
I had to drive to the other end of the runway
Yeah.
at like 2 mile an hour, didn't I?
Yeah.
Like, it was going blah, 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 all the way up the road, and then parked it up.
And that tyre's in this unit at the moment, isn't it? We have to take a picture of it. And
It's
show people.
ripped apart. I need to get a new one for that. And then we bought I bought the steels, didn't I?
Yeah, but those original wheels that came on the car, they're now on Aaron's truck, aren't they?
Yeah.
Aaron has them, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't know if
Aaron
he's going
has
to keep
them.
them, but
Yeah.
I think he bought some steels for his.
He might have done. Aaron's
Yeah.
going to be a future guest on this podcast anyway.
Yeah,
So,
'cause he knows him as well.
yeah.
So.
Oh, right, he needed something, so...
yeah.
But yeah, and then I've got the chromes, the 5-spoke,
They look
20-inch
Yeah,
torque thrust things. But I don't know, I still like the red ones, so I might go back to the red ones.
I don't know. I think once you see the chrome ones on,
Yeah,
you'll fall in
I
love.
know.
Dean's got this very unique way of looking at things where I think you got a little bit of
Something.
on a daily basis. I'll get a message saying, "What do you think about this, Bruce?" And it'll be like another car that he wants to swap these for or sell these and buy this, and it's like literally at one stage it was on a 2 or 3 on a daily basis,
yeah,
but it's not been so bad
It
lately.
might be a boredom thing, I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm often just checking out Marketplace,
Yeah,
see what's
it's
about.
lethal, isn't it, window shopping?
I think I'd like something bigger though, just so I can put the family in it. Because at the moment it's a bench seat.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to put, like, Ruby would love to come out and would leave other babies
Yeah,
now. So
one of me and Chris's theories is anyone with a cool car don't have kids. You're like the exception. 'Cause
Yeah,
You've got like
definitely.
a million kids and some cool
Yeah.
cars.
yeah, the sniffer's imminent.
Yeah.
Imminent.
It's coming.
No, it's not. It's
Literally.
literally, yeah. That's what I'm scared
So
of.
where did this love of cars come from? I know Russell's, he discussed it, and you being brothers,
Yeah, so
I
I-
imagine
yeah.
it's a pretty similar story.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if you remember this far back. So our dad used to. Well, Milton Keynes was young. We moved to Milton Keynes in. He was born in Milton Keynes.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah.
So we moved there when I was about 1 or 2, 77, 78. And Milton Keynes didn't have many roads and stuff. And the A5 only went from Stony Stratford to Stacey Bushes. Mm-hmm. It was there to there.
Yeah.
And then they're still building the rest. So our dad used to race for pink slips.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, do you know, like
Yeah.
They
There's
used
normally
to,
him grasping people up.
So that's where the stories are. So he used to race. I don't know which way round they used to do it, but I remember they all had CBs.
CB radios.
CB
Very
radio. I was
back
Blue
in
Boy.
the
You was a carpet crawler.
carpet crawler.
Steph was Little Princess, wasn't she?
Yeah.
We're going to put some like translations for the young viewers.
Yeah, CB. What's the CB stand for?
Oh.
Something banned.
Yeah,
Chris can Google it.
Yeah. So
Chris is our
CB
genius.
radios are basically everyone had them in their cars. They was able to talk to each other. So if the police were about smokies, they'd let each other know, and they used to race. And I remember Dad saying that he saw a car. He pulled away from. I think it was in like a Vauxhall Ventura or something. And someone was racing him. He saw his car blow up behind him.
Oh,
Told him to
really?
keep his pink slip. But yeah, so I used to do that, and I used to like build the cars. And I had a mini engine in the garage when we lived in Stantonbury.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
And I used to have a set of spanners. I used to undo the nuts and do them back up again and hammer them and all that while he's building these cars.
Hammering an engine.
Yeah, I still do it now. That's the way you fix an engine with a hammer.
Have you found out what it means?
Citizens Band.
Is that what it is?
Citizens Band.
Citizens Band.
Oh, I'd never
I guess
guessed that.
everyone can have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think so. Oh, well, now we know.
Right, so going back to why your love of cars. What
I think definitely through Dad. And,
which is mine as well.
And our granddad used to have American cars, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And he used to, I think he used to do like the wall of death years ago on the motorbikes.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So when he came out of the RAF, he used to fly Spitfires, and he came out, and I think he was just a adrenaline junkie. So he used to race motorbikes and cars, and I think that comes from like that.
Yeah.
Seeing his cars growing up, my dad's cars growing up, and I don't know. Yeah, but I've got my first car. Who took it? Off Dad, wasn't it?
The next question is, what was your first car?
So my first car that once I passed my test that I drove was the Zephyr.
Was it really the yellow one?
The big yellow one. It was 19.
Column gears.
Yeah, four on the tree on the column. It was Mark III Zephyr 6.
Yeah.
So it was a 2.5 litre straight six.
So as your first car.
My first car. So it was.
Wow.
It was like the Bluesmobile. We used to go to all the gigs in it.
Yeah.
There's about 8 of us.
So
you could put 6 bodies in the boot.
Yeah, because there's bench seat at the front.
I won't tell you how I know that. It was 2 bench seats.
Yeah.
And the gear stick was behind the steering wheel, so you didn't have a.
So for anyone that don't know, the Zephyr was like the equivalent of like an old American sort of like.
It looked like an American car, big fins
it?
on the pointy fins on the back.
That was a beast. I didn't realise that was your first car.
That was my first car. I got that off Kevin.
Oh, okay.
But I had Mum's Mini. I used to drive it up and down off the drive.
Yeah.
I used to go backwards and forwards, and then I turned the wheels inside out. So you know what? Do you know what a steel mini wheel?
Yeah.
I used to put them on backwards so they looked wider. It's like banding back in the day, I guess. But they used to look really wide. If you drive down the road, it'd fall apart. But yeah, I put them on backwards so they looked wider. And I used to just drive up the drive, back onto the drive.
Brilliant.
What was that called? Pretty in Pink.
Pretty in Pink. It was blue.
It wasn't pink.
No, it was blue, but then she pinstriped everything with like blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite
But that wasn't the car I drove. My first car on the road was the Zephyr.
That's
and then
impressive.
I bought 1600E.
So I thought, remember when Brett come to live with us?
Yeah.
He had an Escort, a brown one, didn't he?
Yeah.
I thought you had an Escort as well, the same, but different car. Oh, right.
No, I never had an Escort.
Oh, okay. So your second car was 1600E?
Yeah. The Red Oxide one.
Yeah. Was that Dad's as well?
Yeah. Got off Dad. We went to Devon and all sorts and that.
Yeah.
That was a nice car.
That was done really well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So do you know how many cars you've actually had?
No. I was trying to think of it the other day. I couldn't
It's hard.
think. So I went from the Cortina to a Manta GTE. Then I had the Dolomite Sprint. I had the Granada. Do you remember the Granada?
So there's a really cool story, and it's a horrible story for the Granada. Do you want to do it now or in a bit?
No, we'll do it.
Right. So to put in perspective, this Granada was the coolest looking, like meanest gangster mobile you'd ever seen.
Mark II X-Pack.
Yeah, it was
2.9 injection V6.
It had an engine from a Sierra 4x4 didn't it?
It's a 2.9 injection,
Yeah.
manual.
Yeah, it would have been the XR4, right?
Yeah.
Engine.
So it was
snagged out of the road like that.
It was low. I mean, like as low as you could get this car, and the wheels was all cambered.
Yeah, so the wheels were like cambered at the back, Coney shocks and all that sort of. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Just a word, Coney.
Yeah.
Coney shocks. It was just mad. Black leather interior. Sunroofed a lot. We used to cruise up the city.
Yeah.
But the first day I got it.
So basically, yeah, go on.
So that's a car I got for Dad as well.
Yeah.
So I got that. He loved it, but he sold it to me for some reason.
For like 500 quid or so, wasn't it?
So stupid. That'd be worth a fortune. I just had it. But where it was so low, it was literally like this high off the floor. I couldn't go over speed bumps. And I took it to the car wash up at Linford. And,
which is literally a mile away from where we live.
Literally, yeah. And I drove it through the car wash and it didn't register where the wheels were. It's because there was like this.
Yeah.
And it just popped. The spinner thing that cleans the wheels went into the back doors and just popped all the back doors in, didn't it?
Yeah, it's all
and I had to drive
all the way down the side.
And then I went in and complained at the woman. She said that it's because I parked wrong. And I it actually broke the car wash. And now people had to come and fix it. It cost them a fortune, but I drove home and I had to tell.
So I don't think you even had it for like an hour.
No, I drove it straight there.
Yeah, so it like handed the keys over. Dean drove off in it, and then you drove it in at a funny angle. It was like a scene from Snatch.
Yeah.
And then it obviously wrecked the car, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then what happened to that afterwards?
Simon had it.
How did he?
I swapped it with Simon for a Manta GTE.
Oh, okay.
Lovely car.
That was a nice
black
car, actually.
one. That was
Yeah.
a black one. Mum's was
Mum's
black.
is black. I don't remember yours.
Yeah, I
Was it grey?
Might have been.
think it
Because then
might
I
be
swapped
grey.
that for a Dolomite Sprint,
Oh, wow.
a yellow one. But I think the diff locked on him on the A5 at 90 mile an hour on that Granada.
Did it?
Yeah, I think that's what happened to it in the end, which is a shame.
That is a shame. That was a beast of a car, that was. So after the Manta, do you remember what you had?
I know I had another Granada. I had an X-Pack Granada, 2.8 injection, but that was standard. And I didn't tax it. And it was outside my house, and the council took it away and scrapped it.
Did they? Bastards.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
So
mint car
And then
as well.
you got the Beetle, didn't you? Was that around about then?
Yeah.
So you had Purple Haze first.
Purple Haze. So I think
You bought it off of Bill.
Kelly was pregnant with Tyler at the time. So no, before I bought it. So we didn't have Tyler. I didn't have any kids at the time because it had no back seats, did it?
No.
So the back seats
Speakers.
had been taken out. Yeah, and it just had a wall of speakers. And then I think I took the speakers out and I put twin 40 carbs on it.
I
I had
remember
set
those.
up, and some old boy puts a stethoscope to tune them on each side. So he's listening to each pot, and he was able to tune the carbs
That's insane.
with a
isn't it?
stethoscope. Yeah, and that went really well. I used to drive that to and from Bedford when I worked there.
That was quick.
Used to fart and pop up the road. Yeah, it used to backfire quite a lot.
Yeah.
That's quite good. But
And then you
you
sold
had that off me, didn't you?
I bought that off of you.
Patchwork quilt underneath.
Yeah, it was terrible. But I didn't realise what Purple Haze meant till about 5 years ago. I'm not into drugs at all, so
I thought it was just a song by.
No, so it was a drug related thing. So people used to come past me and be like, "Oh, cool car, man! I like the name." I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?" And I'm like, didn't think anything of it. And it's
Yeah.
only like years later I'm thinking, that's why all these stoners kept coming up to me and saying how cool the car was.
That paint job was really nice. It had like a rag roll paint, didn't it? So it looked marble.
Yeah.
It's purple. Do you ever see it?
I don't think I did.
So it's purple, and it looked like someone had got the paint and just ripped it off, and it's pink underneath, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like this pink strip, which looks like it all been ripped underneath the paint, and it's like, it's all like marble effect. It's wicked.
Lovely.
It's a really cool car. And then he had it.
And then I
I
think
never saw it again.
Yeah, I sold it. I basically fell out of love with it and sold it really like basically what I paid for it. And then I think the guy that bought it off of me, he basically knocked on the door and was like, "You selling your car?" And I was like, "Yeah, if you want." And he bought it. And then about 2 days later, he's knocked on the door again. He's like, "I want my money back." I was like, "Well, that ain't gonna happen." And he's like, "The police stopped me and condemned it." I was like, "Well, that sounds like a you problem."
Yeah.
And then so basically he was like they I think he stopped at a traffic light and then or he drove into the back of them in a traffic light. It might have even been that actually. I think he drove into the back of them. They stopped it, took it
I
off.
don't do it every time, wouldn't it?
They took it off of him and basically condemned it. I was like, "Well, you're not getting your money back." But it was
I
one
had
of
that.
those.
Yeah, I had that with the Cortina. I'd done a band, it's like an album cover. I'd airbrushed it on the back, and I used to go to the scooter club quite a lot because I rode scooters like since I was I think about 17, 16. And I come out of there and the policeman pulled me over. He said, "What's that shit on the back of your car?" I was like, "Well, it's from the United Skins album. It's from an album." And he was just like, "That looks like a palm tree. It's shit. Who done that?" I went, "I did." He went, "Yeah, shit, mate." And then he got in the car and pulled up the handbrake, and he's just like, "Yeah, handbrake don't work. 40 quid, 3 points." And I went, "It does work." And he was just like, "No, don't. You're going to argue with me. I'm a sergeant." I went, "Okay."
It's probably your dad.
Did he have a big tash?
Maybe.
Yeah, I have to have words
This is where I
with
get
him.
all the information. Last week.
He just said, "I'm a sergeant and you can't do anything about it."
Oh wow.
So yeah, 3 points. First ever 3 points.
That's another one of our questions later on. So keep all these 3
When
points.
you get anywhere near Barry, you've done well.
Yeah.
I
if you
think it's
get near me.
struggle.
That's all I've ever had.
Oh, was it?
Oh, really?
you weren't them.
That's all
Oh.
I've ever had. Them 3 points.
He's on 36, isn't he?
36.
What?
Yeah.
And he's still got a licence.
I've never been banned, but I've had 36 points.
Over how long?
Since I had 6 points within 3 weeks of driving.
Okay. Right, okay.
And I've continually just seemed to get 3 points.
Yeah. It's not competition.
It really isn't. I'm just keeping the police in business with the fines I pay. But one thing I forgot to say about my points, I actually got pulled over driving a car by a policeman on a horse.
How fast was yours?
It's like some medieval fellow.
No, literally.
Like Centaur.
And if you guys know, in Milton Keynes, before the ski dome was built, it was just a massive car park, wasn't it?
You said the fair there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fair used to be there.
To miss the traffic lights, you used to pull down and go through the car park and just nip round and miss the traffic lights. But as I was going through there, a policeman stopped me and he was on a horse. And he said, "Can you drive with both your hands on the steering wheel, please?" And I was like, "Well, how am I going to change gear?"
Clatter on it.
Yeah. And literally, he was there for 20 minutes reading me just how to drive and be a good citizen. But he was on a horse. So I think I'm probably the only...
So if you had an automatic, you wouldn't have had that.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly. But, yeah, I don't think there's many drivers who can say they've been pulled over by a copper on a horse.
Yeah. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, it was cool. Anyway, back to Dean.
Yeah, go on. So we're still on how many cars you had, I think?
Yeah, I don't know.
So after the Beetle, I do remember you had a Citroen that used to go up and down.
Oh yeah, that's horrible.
This is why he's got an air
What,
ride
BX?
finish.
AX. No, Xantia.
Xantia.
Citroen Xantia, yeah. I gave that to my mate.
Yeah.
And then he sold it and didn't give me any money. Which is cool. Yeah. I got it. Right, called him out. But yeah, the Xantia. But I had kids then, so that was like the family car. Then I had the Range Rover.
Yeah. That was like the Essex
old,
boys.
The old Westminster grey one. Had that supercharged.
That was a V8 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had side pipes on that. Jordan burnt her leg on it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Our niece burnt her leg getting in it because the exhaust used to kick out in front of the back wheel again. I've got a thing about that. She thought it was a step, so she tried stepping up into the car on the exhaust and burnt her leg. What else do I have? So obviously the hot rod. I had a hot rod, a Cadillac.
Yeah, well, no, before those you had the Chevy big van.
The white van.
No, you had a brown one as well.
Oh, I had the G20, like the 18 van, yeah.
Yeah, you had one of
that
those.
ran on gas. So that was gas converted, but it had a leak. So everywhere I went, it smelled like a barbecue. It was amazing. I had a leak coming from somewhere. I don't know. I sold that to, I think it was Angel. I think it was like something like that. He's a biker anyway. And he came back. He's like, "You trying to fucking kill me?" It's like the thing's got a massive leak in it. I was like, "Oh mate, I didn't know."
Wow.
He does now. He knows I know now. But so that was pretty cool. That was a day van, so it had the 6 seats, 7 seats.
Yeah, that was like
in the back.
That was like, you know, like what they used to do in America with the seats. They were like proper like sofa seats.
Yeah. Those cabin seats. They turn around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, captain seats.
Yeah, captain seats.
Yeah.
So then you had the Aero, didn't you? After that, you had the Aero that was all like kitted up.
Aero. The
Chevy Aero, wasn't it?
No, it's a Chevy Astro.
Astro, yeah, Astro.
I've got a funny story about that. Gina told me to remind. She reminded me before I left.
Is this because it had a bed in the back?
But so no.
How many of your kids was consumed in that?
None of them in that. None of them in that.
Conceived, sorry.
Consumed. Yeah, so that had TV in it, windows, mood lighting, a lot. So we used to go to like scooter rallies and stuff, and we went to one. It was only local. Everyone was in their tents and all freezing cold and shit, and we're like in a big sofa. Oh, the sofa used to be like rock and roll, so it used to open out, and it was massive, really comfortable. We'd all been drinking the night before, so it was all good. Gina was asleep in the back. I woke up in the morning, I fancy a McDonald's. So Gina was still asleep, and I drove to McDonald's, and because it's left-hand drive, I pulled through, and I had to lean over to give her the money. So I put it into park, and I leant across, got onto the passenger seat, and then gave her the money, and I dropped it all on the floor. So I got out to pick it all up, and my shorts fell off. And I was only wearing a pair of shorts, and they fell off on the floor in the drive-thru at McDonald's. A queue of cars. They must have had cameras watching the lot. Yeah, little Willie was hanging out.
TikTok,
I was quickly up, got in the car. Yeah, but there was another time where she would never ask for. If we went to a drive-through, it was always, because it's left-hand drive, June would never ask or talk to the...
It's scary, isn't it?
Yeah, she's like, she'd never done it before, so she'd never do it. So we went through, and I shouted across our order. No, she would never do it. So I kept having to shout across her order, then lean across and get the food and all that. So this time I thought...
How lazy is Gina?
You met Gina? No, she's not lazy, but... So this time I was like, right, fuck it then, I'll show you. So I reversed through the drive-through. And I was like driving through like this, and this bloke was in front. He's like, mate, do you want to come this way? Because he thought I was going the wrong, like obviously thought I was going. I said, no, it's all right. Drive through, up to the window, like, then drove back. Like, I went all the way through the drive-through backwards in the Chevy van.
That's
Superb.
cool.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, you might as well do it properly. Yeah.
She wouldn't talk. But
Brilliant.
that was a Chevy van.
So then after the Chevy van, I vaguely remember you getting the hot rod.
Yeah, 1929 Model A.
Yeah.
With a supercharger and nitrous oxide.
You would have loved it.
I saw pictures of it.
The orange one, yeah.
The orange one, yeah.
Yeah, a fella called Tim's got it now. He's painted it red with. He's done really well with it.
I think that's the only car you've ever had that's actually scared you, didn't it?
I wheelied it.
Yeah.
So I bought it from a fella down by Windsor, and there's a dual carriageway as you're coming from Windsor. That's got traffic lights on it to join on. I was sitting in front of him, and it had this windscreen that must have been like this big. Do you remember? So I was like this, like couldn't see the traffic lights. I'm having to lean over, and I dropped the clutch, and it went, and all I saw was sky. I could just see sky, so I let off, and it banged down on the dual carriage light. And then I thought, fuck, it scared the life out of me. So I drove up the road, pulled over for a little bit, and I was just a little bit. Yeah. I didn't know I was going to do it. Yeah. But yeah, I should have known when the bloke sold me a wheelie bar with it and a parachute. He's like, yeah, it's a 10-second car. But
parachute.
A parachute and wheelie bars, yeah.
That's alright. That is mad.
That was nice, but it kept overheating. It had a Rover engine in it. And
it Rover V8, wasn't it?
Yeah. I did buy a new radiator.
I vaguely remember going to meet you a couple of times because you had broken down.
Yeah.
Quite
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember driving Dad home from the pub and scared the life out of him.
Yeah. That's after the pub. Normally you don't give a shit, does it?
Yeah, that was, He sobered up quick.
So then after the hot rod...
Cadillac.
Oh, you had the Cadillac.
Coupe de Ville, on hydraulics. Yeah, that was nice.
That was like 8 litre?
8.4.
8.4.
Sensational car.
Yeah, beautiful car. Yeah. 500 cubic inch V8, big block. It was really nice.
That had wide wheels on it.
Yeah, little 13-inch wheels.
Dayton wide wheels, yeah.
You could bounce it.
Now your 15-inch wheels are massive.
There you go. I knew I'd get my
your big old 15s. Yeah, it would bounce about that high off the floor. Yeah, people do it with a competition. They go up high, don't they? But that was just a cruiser. That was lovely. I don't know why I sold that. I lost heart in that as well, didn't I?
Is that when you got the Ram after that? Or was it your Cortina?
So I had the Range Rover and that. So I had a Range Rover... That was all pimped out as well,
That
wasn't
wasn't it? Yeah.
So I had the Cadillac and the Range Rover at the same time, so I had the daily. And then after the Cadillac, I think I bought the Cortina.
Yeah, that was on air or hydraulics again.
I had it put on air, so so that I was at home. I'd arranged to buy this car and I arranged it to be delivered, but I hadn't actually told Gina. So I think I did. She thinks I didn't, but. So we're sitting there, then I was checking my phone. He said, "Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes away." So I was like, and she said, "What's going on? What are you doing?" I was like, "Something's getting delivered." And he turned up with a lowlider with the car in the back, and she's like, "You didn't tell me he was getting that." It's just like another random thing that I do. Just like, bought a car without telling her.
Gotta be done. So when you bought that 1600E, was that standard then? Was it?
Yeah, it wasn't an E because it was a 4-door. But it had a 1600 crossflow in it. And it was pretty much standard, yeah. And then I had it. So you, because of the way air ride works, you couldn't. It had leaf springs on the back, so there's no kit for it. So I had to have it all fabricated. Yeah. And that cost loads, about 16.5 grand. I sold it for 7. I was building the shop at the time, so it went to that, but. I kind of wish I kept it. It was a nice car. Yeah,
because the guy that bought it off you sent you some pictures of it after he'd finished with it, and it looked tidy, didn't it?
Yeah, it looked tidy. It looked good. Yeah, it wasn't. So when I put it in to be fixed, it was mint. The paintwork was lovely. When I got it back, it was a rusty rat rod.
He had it forever, didn't he?
Yeah, it's just holes in it and all sorts. But it was on air ride, and it had big exhaust.
Underneath and inside was just like
but the outside was scabby as hell, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it kind of worked, didn't it?
It looked good. I liked
it with what it was. But
you had to give it some. You had to proper. Like I remember going around the roundabout near where I live from that show, and it was just like bouncing sideways. Like it's just a lot of power in that car.
But you did you have that at the same time you bought the truck as well?
Yeah, I had the Dodge Ram.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the red one.
Yeah,
the white stripe.
Favourite car I think you've owned.
I must admit you could.
Yeah,
I
adore that car.
Yeah, it was nice. So that was an SRT lookalike.
It didn't have the Viper engine?
Nah. No, that had a Magnum V8 in it.
Okay.
So it was a 4.7, but it still went well. But it
looked
wasn't. It just looked like an SRT.
Yeah, it looked
It wasn't
bollocks.
like same wheels, same material, all that. Yeah, it was a nice motor. I think so. I still had the Cortina when I bought the truck, the Chevy truck, but I got rid of the Dodge Ram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sold that to a fella. He said I'll do the logbook, all that sort of stuff, and then I got a speeding ticket about 3 weeks later, which cost me a fortune because I didn't register who bought it, so I had to pay that, which was a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
But another game, just trusting someone. But I'm sure there's been loads of other cars in between.
I would say you've had more than me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I've had I think I worked it out, and it was like I've had 23, not 24.
23.
Yeah, not 24.
Close enough.
Right, there was a Fiesta floating in between one of them that I bought to flip. But again,
Fiesta.
but again, it was a logbook in my name, so I'm counting it. I had it for like 6 weeks.
Yeah. Did you say about that Pontiac? You had that Pontiac, didn't you?
I did mention the Pontiac, the Ferrari. That's to this date is the only American car I've ever had.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if you call it American car, really. No, that's
I'm
alright.
still counting it.
No, it is American, isn't it?
Right, so I think we've gone through the cars you've had.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like, obviously, so before I passed my test, I was driving around in Mum and Dad's like XR3Is.
So yeah, you were. And the Golf. You had the Golf GTIs, hadn't you?
Oh yeah, the Carmen, not Carmen Gear, Carmen convertible. Yeah.
Yeah.
GTI.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Again, that was Mum's.
Yeah, that was
handed
Mum's.
down,
I
wasn't it?
had. Yeah.
And then I'm sure you had a BMW, a shark nose
I did.
BMW. Yeah.
320.
Didn't you buy that for a pack of? I seem to remember you bought it for a pack of fags. I might be wrong.
I don't know.
Or one of the aunties give you it, or am I wrong?
No, I don't think I bought off. No.
Oh, right, okay.
I think there's a little bit of homework that can be taken away from this.
Yeah, I
Need
can't
to
remember.
actually go through his life to see how many
I
cars
do
he's
need
had.
to. I should have done that. Yeah, I forgot all about the BMW. Yeah.
Yeah. That would be worth a lot of money now.
Yeah, that was cool. That had slopey front end on it. Yeah, I remember driving that in the snow. That was quite fun.
Yeah.
The Mark 1 RS Turbo. The white one was Mum's. Do you remember that?
Yeah, the White Lightning.
Yeah.
Did you have that as well, did you?
Yeah, I'm sure I did.
Oh, wow.
Christ, that'd be worth a fortune if you had it today.
Yeah. Yeah, loads of cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to another
Scooters.
question. Scooters. We won't go to scooters because I've never been impressed with scooters or motorbikes. It's my show. I can do what I want.
Something else might be.
No.
I was riding them from 15.
Yeah,
Well, building them.
yeah. And one of them was quite impressive actually. You sort of made a funky petrol tank and stuff with it, didn't you?
Yeah, or carbon stuff. Yeah, I used to do a bit of airbrushing as well. So yeah, painting them and crash helmets that you're not interested in.
No,
so.
we'll move on anyway.
Point-
What's the
point
next
of saying
question,
it,
Barry?
You've already answered it, mate, but speeding tickets you've only had 3, and that was for a dodgy handbrake. Oh, sorry, not speeding tickets, points.
Points, yeah. Just that, yeah.
Have you ever had
Yeah.
a speeding ticket?
No.
Haven't you?
Never.
No.
Jesus.
On the board.
No.
Yeah, he's doing wheelies at traffic lights and he didn't get a speeding ticket.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying anything with Chris here.
He's retired now. Don't worry about it.
Right.
All right, then, another question to go on that then, because you've been a Christian motorist. On private road, of course, what's the fastest you've ever been or been driven in?
Ah, that's a good one. So I don't really like going too fast.
I'm the same as that.
Yeah, I don't feel safe, especially with other people driving. I mean, the Audi's good. That'll get up to, like, on private roads, obviously.
Naturally.
That'll get to 90 in seconds.
Yeah.
But it'll cruise at that, and you won't even know that it's doing it. So it's easy to drive fast in that. But I don't go over 100 that easily. I never would.
Fair enough.
Because I have
Never
done.
go over 70, right?
I mean, there was a time where I overtook Gina, and it was like I looked down. It was about 115 or something. But that was on a private road.
Yeah. Tesco's car park.
That was on the,
What's the quickest you've gone?
that was on the runway.
101.
Oh, okay.
What,
Yeah.
driver?
You'd never driven over.
I've done 101 just to say I've done it, but I've been quicker than that in other people's cars. Those, yeah.
What was your fastest then?
I don't know actually. I'd have to. It's one of the questions we can ask Dave when he's here. I'm sure
Cool.
he'd remember.
What was
That
that?
was against him.
The Mustang.
Me?
Yeah. In my we went paintball at work. I remember, I don't know if you did a little Peugeot, blue Peugeot.
Little one, my 106, yeah.
That had my Laguna. And we went up the A5.
Did we race?
Well,
He was
I put
racing.
it
You were-
106.
Up to 70. That's not the fastest I've driven.
No, that's fastest
youth.
Yeah, it was you.
Right, so what's the next question? Where are we up to, Barry?
We are going to say how fast I've been quickly.
Oh, go on.
194.
Have you?
Yeah.
No, you haven't. Oh, an aeroplane.
No. On Dunsfold Aerodrome, I used to do a lot of work for McLaren.
Yeah.
Years and years ago.
Right.
And right place, right time. This is when they were doing the McLaren Mercedes
driving?
SLR. No, I was a
Right,
passenger. They were going to go do one of their shakedown tests of a new car. And I was very, very fortunate I could tag along with it. And one of the tests is go as fast as you can and then brake as hard as you can. And the McLaren SLR it's when carbon brakes were just coming in. And literally, guy pressed the brake and it's like you just driven into a wall. They were so ferocious. But driving 194 miles an hour is terrifying.
I can imagine.
It's absolutely terrifying.
It's quick.
Yeah.
It is quick.
It's fastest I've ever been.
Okay, right.
Fastest on a public road is in German Autobahn, 152.
Were you driving or?
Oh, again, I was a passenger in a Audi Quattro.
Oh, nice. No, that wouldn't. That's not for me. That.
Yeah, it's
That's
scary.
fastest
The thing is, the smallest little thing, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're dead
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah. Right. So talking about speed and these that are quick. Would you ever own an electric car?
No.
No.
I know it's your thing, but
No, it's not my thing.
I thought it was all about electric.
No.
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 I don't know, a bit petrol heads, isn't it? I don't know. I did see one. It was a Lotus. It was like 900 brake horsepower, and it was just like, yeah, that thing's insane. It was a SUV, and it was just looked insane. But I don't think I would. If I had the money to get that, I wouldn't get that.
No. That's I've said something similar to that before, actually. Okay. So, what's your dream car?
Oh, I don't know.
If money was no, this is a question.
Yeah, this is a good question.
If money was no question,
5 cars.
huh?
It's 5 cars.
It was 5 cars, wasn't it? Yeah.
What? What's your top
So
5?
if you won the lottery,
money,
Yeah.
5. You can only have 5 cars. What would they be?
Oh, I don't know.
So you won the lottery tonight. What do you go and buy tomorrow?
I think I'd like a big new Ram. Definitely. Like it's like a big truck.
Yeah.
A big truck, like a twin cab, big truck. Maybe even a 350 like Julie.
Yeah.
They're mad.
Yeah.
But you can't drive them
Not
on
in
English
this
roads.
country.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I struggled with the 1500 Ram that I had parking and stuff like that. I mean, we went for a multi-story car park once, and I was that far away from the roof. It was insane. I didn't think I was going to get out of it. But yeah, maybe like a big Ram, something like that. I'm not all about. I like the Hellcats and stuff, but again, I don't want to drive fast. I want to cruise around, so I don't think I'll get one of them.
I always, I'd rather something that looked good, sounded
Yeah.
good, but didn't particularly.
I think I'd have something old.
Yeah.
I've always liked, obviously, the Dodge from Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want a Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
I think that's been said on all of them so far, hasn't it?
Well, everyone said the same thing.
Yeah. Dom's Challenger.
Yeah.
Charger.
That was an RT, wasn't it?
Charger, yeah.
Was that an RT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a blower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to,
I don't know if I'd have a blower in mind now, because I think they would annoy me.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
No.
So with the hot rod, I had a windscreen this big, with a blower this big, so you're like looking up the sides.
Driving like Ace Ventura out the window.
I don't know, like I don't know. There's like Chevy Novas, there's all sorts, but then there's old English cars that are cool as well, like Mark 1 Lotuses and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a tough one.
It is.
Yeah, I wouldn't go down the Lambo or Ferrari route.
Well, we said this in my one, and it was basically, I think that would be short-lived, and if it depends on how you're built. I'm not going to put you on the spot. You might struggle getting in and out of it. I can say that I'm his brother.
Well, you won't fit in a GT40, will you? Yeah. But then I've been going to a lot of car shows, and there's a Ferrari. There might be a Ferrari there. People won't look at them.
No.
They'll just walk past them. And
Yeah.
go, oh, yeah, that's nice. But then they'll look at something more custom. And
We've been to car shows before, and there's more interest in your in your truck than there is anything else.
yeah,
Because it's
just
loud,
different,
it's big, and
Yeah.
it goes up and down. You know
And I
what
think that's what we said in the previous podcast, that anyone can go out and buy a Ferrari, Lambo, anything like that. But to do something like your truck, it commands more attention everywhere it goes.
But is that because, like, obviously, with what I do for a job as well, you're customising it. Yeah, you're customising
Precisely,
your body,
yeah.
customising cars, you decorate your house.
Yeah.
I just think when you can just bought not built, isn't it?
It's your personality within a vehicle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
Everyone can have a red Ferrari.
Yeah.
You've got the money.
Right, talking about having something you want. What's your favourite movie car or
it's
is it
easy.
movie or TV car, isn't it?
Easy. Milner's Deuce Coupe from American Graffiti.
Oh wow.
The yellow
yellow
hot rod.
one. Yeah,
That was my dream car growing up. That's the car I wanted. You know the film?
Yeah, we used to watch it.
Yeah, so that yellow Deuce Coupe all day long.
Oh, okay.
Loved it.
That was a cool one.
And the Harrison Ford's one in it as well, the 55 Chevy black. That was cool.
Excellent.
But I think the yellow Deuce Coupe all day long.
Wicked.
brilliant.
Have we run out of questions?
Let me
I don't think we
double
have.
check. I don't think we have. What's the one car that you've had that you can remember that you wish you still had today?
All of them. The one car. I think I'd like the Granada. Maybe the Ram and the Cadillac. All of them. I don't know. I regret a lot. So like I get bored really quick, but then I wish I'd.
Yeah.
Binoculars.
What's the worst car you've owned?
The worst car I've owned. I don't know. Maybe that Xantia. That was a bit boring, wasn't it?
It was really, but it did go up and down.
It did go up and down.
That's what sort of kicked in the
It
air.
had a little lever. You pull it up and put it into three. It had 3 different settings, and I always used to try and get it as low as it could, but it never would.
But only when it was parked up, wasn't it?
Yeah. That thing. This is a funny story. So I used to live on a hill. Do you remember? And you put your handbrake on, but the handbrake used to clamp the front brake disc.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you drive home, the disc is hot and it's expanded, isn't it? So I used to pull up, put the handbrake on, go in the house, and it'd be down the road all the time because the disc would shrink and the brakes would let off, and it'd slowly creep down the hill.
I had something similar. Dean used to live in Heathens at the top of a hill, and it was all like block paving road, and it's been snowing, and the boys wanted to go around and see him. So I was in my Mercedes 190, and it wasn't a big hill. It's just like a slight
it's a gradient
climb, wasn't it? Yeah. So we basically drove around. It's snowing, and it was all right on the roads, but as soon as we got into like the streets, they were all it was like compressed ice.
Yeah, it was proper ice. That.
So I've drove up really slow, and I've sort of pulled up outside his house, and I've stopped, and the car's just started rolling all the brakes are on, handbrakes on, it's just sliding all the way down the road, and I'm like, I don't know what to do now. So I've then stopped it, gone back up the road, and I've phoned him up and I'm like, Dean, I'm outside. And then he's like, where are you going? I'm like, I can't stop.
It's probably that hill backwards.
Yeah, that's one of my many bad moments in that car.
That's a good car.
There's clearly a love for American cars. So if you were to do Route 66, what one car would you choose for that journey?
I keep thinking about if I was going to do it, and I think about doing it on a Harley.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone goes down Mustangs, but anyone can have a Mustang. They're just... No, I'm joking. They're... I don't know, I always think of like... I was talking to you about...
somebody else with that.
No, not at all. Yeah, they're like Cortinas, aren't they? I always think about doing it on a big Harley, on a big like electric glider or street glider or something.
Did you ever see Billy Connolly did it in a trike, didn't he?
Yeah.
Trike. That was amazing.
But it probably wouldn't be practical. It'd be like sore, wouldn't it? So car wise, what new or old?
You can have you can have anything.
Maybe like an SS Nova. You had a chance to do it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think so. A bit like a muscle car.
Yeah. We was talking about it last week. We were saying like, would you go for something like creature comfortable because you're going like 3,000 miles?
But they're all Yanks are built comfortably. They're all like even the muscle cars.
Yeah,
can't go around corners, can they?
But they can go straight in a straight line.
Well, some of them, yeah. Maybe like an old, Chevy or something.
One of us said a Lincoln Continental, didn't we?
Oh yeah,
Cruiser.
You know
the one with the suicide doors.
66.
Yeah, that's. I think that's after you said that. I think that's probably what I'll do.
I think that's the one.
Yeah, you stay in the Matrix, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good car. But then,
Is it driving tune?
Yeah.
Down Route 66. This is the end of your movie in your favourite car. What driving tune?
don't know.
You've got a taco truck. And
Go on. Taco truck.
Yeah, remember when I put my horn on the Ranger and I thought I had the Dukes of Hazzard,
Oh yeah.
the horn, and it was the taco music.
La cucaracha.
Yeah, that was it.
La cucaracha. Music. I don't know. I've got lots of bands that I listen to a lot. Maybe doing it in an El Camino with a song called El Camino by Jay the Cat.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Friends of yours as well, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, yeah, some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool song, cool band. But yeah,
Cool.
that'd be cool. El
I like
Camino.
that. So are we going to go to the ugliest car, or should we wait a minute for that one?
was that or best car chase scene?
Oh yeah, while we're in movies, what's your best movie car chase scene? I'd say, before you answer, I'd say it'd be something in like the Blues Brothers or something.
The Blues Brothers are
You used
wicked.
to,
right?
you used to watch that
I used to watch that.
religiously when we were
Know
kids.
that off by heart. That's an iconic one.
That was just like car smashing porn, wasn't it?
I think
really?
they crashed more cars than that than any other film at the time.
Yeah.
All them police cars. And then, car chase film. I mean, everyone's going to say Bullet, aren't they?
No one said Bullet.
Bullet.
I think I said Smoking the Bandit.
Mine was
Smoking the
Ronin.
Bandit, wicked film.
Mine was Ronin.
Ronin. I don't know, I like Drive, the beginning of Drive.
Drive's epic.
I didn't like that film.
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver.
Baby
Yeah.
Driver.
Yeah.
The beginning of Baby Driver, where like the
That's-
red cars and stuff. That's awesome.
yeah.
But then there was another one, you guys may have heard of it or not, called Hooper with Burt Reynolds. He was a stuntman.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
some of the driving that he done in that, it was not long after he did Smoking the Bandit. It's epic. If you get a chance to watch it, it's epic.
I was thinking about this during the week actually, from that question, and BMW commissioned loads of directors back in the day, didn't they, to come up with like their own trailers. And I've sent you, and I think I've sent you as well. And Guy Ritchie did one with Clive Owen. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a BMW, the same as what I've got.
And
And Madonna's in the back. And if you ever get the chance to watch,
I've seen it.
If you ever get the chance to watch it, it's stunning. And
That's when he was with Madonna, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is film wise, that's probably up there as well.
Yeah.
But it's
So
not
I've been
film.
looking at an Audi S8.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I think that's going to be my
That's what
next
your
car.
mate had, isn't it? When I went to look at his car.
It's got the Lamborghini engine in it, the V10.
Oh, Russell.
Yeah.
No, he had a RS6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the S8's got the Lamborghini engine.
Yeah.
They used that in Transporter, so there's some
Yeah.
good scenes in that. Except when he drives upside down and clips a bomb.
You mean you're not going to do that?
Nah, probably not. And I think they use the same car in, is it Leon?
Yes. Yes, it
They
is.
use that car in
yeah,
that as
they use
well.
an
It's an
S8, yeah.
awesome car.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of like, I've got my eye on one of them.
So you getting itchy feet again? The Q7's going, is it?
It's just old, it's just done a lot of miles, it's like little bits are going wrong on it.
Somebody might buy this. It's a great car. You
Yeah,
should
that's
buy it.
amazing. Like, you want to-
I mean, who doesn't want a twin turbo V8?
Twin turbo V8,
Diesel economy
yeah.
and straight through exhaust.
Straight through exhaust, sounds good if you have the windows open.
But when you don't, it's as quiet as a mouse.
When Ruby was a baby, do you remember?
Yeah.
We looked at the Cadillac, didn't
Yeah.
we? And we was like, she was asleep, and we went and looked at my old Cadillac. I was going to buy it back, and we went and looked at it, and then I was like, I'm going to check on the baby. I opened up, wow.
She
Shut the
was
door.
great.
Couldn't hear her again.
She was hysterical.
Oops. Wow. Shut the door. Yeah, soundproofing in them cars is great.
It
Like, it
is
should be a
really
good
good.
advert for Audi. Keep your kids locked in it, and you can't hear them.
Right. Okay. So what's the ugliest car ever made? Not you've owned.
Oh, I don't know. That Fiat thing that looks like a frog.
That was my one, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, they're horrible.
Yeah. It makes you wonder what goes for the, because that must have gone to like a board of like people
It's
before
got a
they
little
sign
bumpy
up.
bit on the top of the bonnet, yeah.
I don't think Fiat will sponsor us. We're slaving every
No,
time.
but they must have had a
But they did
meeting.
do the Uno and the Panda.
They must have had a meeting and everybody sat down. There's like, what have we got on the table? And somebody's like, I've got this idea, and they must have looked at it and went, yeah, all right. You know what I mean?
But did you
Like April Fool's.
But did you ever see the advertising campaign for that car?
Is that it? That's not us shaking your... No, that was a shaking your ass
That was the
one.
bum one, wasn't it?
No,
that was a
it
different
was.
car, wasn't it?
There was
Yeah.
pictures all around it, and because that was a bench seat in the front, it was pioneering it. It could sit free in the front, so it had dad driving, mum in the passenger seat, and it had their little daughter in the middle. But because the daughter's a little low, it looks like they've just got a decapitated head on the dash thing. It was a really shitty photo for a shitty car.
Yeah.
I know someone that had one, they loved it.
Yeah, most people probably would.
Ugly sin.
It's probably really practical, but you've got to be seen in it, isn't it?
Because they had a really small engine and they've had a massive engine bay. People put like 20 valve turbo engines in them these days. Some people have put V8s in them. I think
it's done it so no one sees it.
Yes, I think on the continent there's a couple in the pro drifting scene as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's still not going to get you dignity, is it really?
Still not converting me to it.
Right,
So what about the what's the other one? The Figaro. They're ugly as sin as well, aren't they?
Nissan Figaro.
The little 2-seater Figaro things.
Yeah.
That looks
Yeah,
like
I've got a Figaro.
Is that the one that looks a little bit like an Audi TT if you squint and turn the lights off?
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Like Action Man's one. Yeah.
That was my mum's dream car. That was.
What, a Figaro?
Says a lot about her liking my dad. Because it looked like the Suzuki Cappuccino as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Cappuccino.
No, not the Cappuccino.
Didn't Fiat do the Cappuccino?
No, that's the one that looked like an old 50s car. Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
there's a Figaro.
No,
there was another one.
Void.
Daihatsu Copen. That's what it was called.
Never even heard of that one.
Tiny fucking little thing.
Oh, I do know what you're on about.
It looked like an Audi TT that had gone through Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, 660cc.
Yeah,
or
that's
something,
right, yeah.
What's the one they tried making look like a bit of a hot rod? Chrysler.
That's nice. They go for silly money now.
Yeah.
I never liked them.
Crossfire.
Looked like a sit up and beg. No, it was yeah.
It didn't have like wheel arches, did it? That one.
Yeah, it did. It was like outside of the car. Like
Yeah.
it made it look like.
Oh, it's called the Prowler.
Prowler, that's it.
No, not the Prowler. The Prowler was a 2-seater. It's like a family car.
Ah, the PT Cruiser.
PT Cruiser.
PT Cruiser. We like them at
What
one
bag of
point.
shit.
we went to a car show.
I took one with flames up the side.
Yeah,
I was
it was
like,
probably
no.
the same one. We went to this Chrysler car show, and there was a couple of them there. And
Yeah.
it was like, if you stood back, you're like, that's pretty cool what they've done to that. But
Yeah,
no,
you
they're
get
not
up
very
close.
good.
It's like, yeah, trying too hard.
Yeah. Have we got any more questions, Chris?
I don't know if they know. Ultimate Track Day. Do you know track?
Well, what?
Ultimate Track Day.
Track Day?
Yeah.
What about it?
What's your favourite track? I said the Top Gear track because I've seen it so many times. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I would have thought you would have been more of a centre pod style.
Straight lining.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like looking at the sky.
No, I could just see Dean just cruising happily on a runway somewhere.
Do you remember when we went to Centre Pod?
Yeah, I'll just go up to 60 and I'll just sit at 60
Yeah.
cruising.
Do you remember when we went to Centre Pod? We went to Bug Jam, didn't we?
Bloody hell,
And
that's years
they
ago.
had the jet-powered dragster car
Yeah.
thing.
They put diesel in the engine, it blows smoke over everyone.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
got rid of that stand now, haven't they? But
Yeah, so we were stood behind it.
Oh, you have to be behind it when it goes off.
Yeah, we didn't know
Burns you,
that.
didn't it?
We didn't know. So it was like literally, it was like all this smoke, and then everybody's like running into each other. It's like a scene from some kind of like end of the world thing. And he's just grabbed me like he's like, "Come on!" and we just pegged it out.
Yeah, that was good. I took the hot rod up Dragstalgia once.
Did you?
Yeah, that was good.
What did you do it in?
No, I didn't take it up the wrong. I didn't take it up the. No, I just parked it up.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah,
That's
just
a bit
parked it up.
anticlimax.
Just trying to have a conversation. No, but I did leave it there, and then the next thing I've been tagged in this picture of someone posing on it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What, actually on it?
Yeah, like
Cheeky
foot on it, all sorts. But I had that with a Cadillac. I took it to a tattoo convention. It was on display there, and the Cadillac used to go side to side with the hydraulics, so you could set the switches and stuff. And some kid was in it with the door open and doing side to side, so obviously he's bent the door a little bit. But it bounced as well. But it was on the ice rink.
Milton Keynes.
Yeah. So
I
they
do
put
remember.
wooden board down, and then you parked. They had the monster truck there. The monster truck. I was parked next to the monster truck, and the monster truck actually cracked the ice, and I had to get it off. So like where it was. I don't know if it was my car or that one, but yeah.
I don't think there's a lake underneath it.
Who knows? Like it's built on something. Yeah, but it was. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they could have just done it, but they made us take the cars off the ice. That was great. That was loads of people getting towed in freezing cold ice.
That did seem like a weird concept to me, but one of those things. I think we've pretty much done these ones.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Have we done the ones on the door?
Yep.
Have we? That's gone quite quick. What are we up to?
55 minutes.
Is it?
We didn't say what track.
Yeah, I think I answered it for you.
Yeah, it did, yeah. I don't know. I reckon like Monaco or, do you know? I don't know. Some like street ones. They're doing the Vegas one now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Streets of Vegas would be cool,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
That'd be cool.
That's for the Formula 1, isn't it?
Yeah, the F1, yeah.
All right. I think. Can you pass me my phone? Because there was a couple. We'll pause this. Right. We go to our advertisement.
Don't move.
Advertisement.
English isn't my first
Delicious.
language.
Sugar free.
fix those cars with snap-on tools.
Yeah, I was feeling a little bit drowsy before I had this. So refreshing.
Oh, okay, right. So just before we go, there is one thing I want to chat about because I thought it was quite funny. When we picked the truck up from your pal who'd done all the air rides and everything. So I got a phone call to say, can you come with me to pick my truck up? So I was like, yeah, no worries. So I've come all the way over from Milton Keynes to where you live, and then we've gone from there to, is it Bicester?
Where was it? No, it was, the other side of Bicester.
Other side of Bicester.
Yeah.
So it's probably about 20 minutes from your house, isn't it?
Yeah, probably a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah, so we've gone over there, and it was clear skies,
sunny day.
Everything's fine, and then as we were there for about an hour, weren't we, just chatting. And the more we're chatting, the darker the clouds are getting. It's about to hammer down. So he's got in it. He's like, oh, I don't think the wipers work. So I was like,
no,
really?
I knew they didn't work.
and these clouds were like black, weren't they?
Yeah.
And it was like, all right. So what do you want to do? Do you want to wait? And he's like, no, we'll just see how we get on. I'm like, we can wait. It was like, it's not going to last forever. And he's like, no, we'll just go. So we've got in his truck. I've got in mine, driving behind him.
Well, bear in mind I've got no bed.
No bed either.
So as
he's driving along, he's getting like a 30-foot spray of water out of each tyre, just
two big streams up in
the air. Which looked really, really, really cool. And then it started to like proper hammer down. And my wipers worked fine, and they were going as fast as they could possibly go, and I couldn't see a fucking thing. His ones didn't work at all, did they?
No.
Not one bit. I think it wasn't even on the arm, was it? It was just sort of resting there.
Yeah, it wasn't clicked onto the arm properly.
So I'm thinking, if I can't see a thing, how is he driving?
Like this. Don't hit anything. So the more the rain was hitting it, the clearer it was making the windscreen. So it's like,
right.
But it was like,
it was dangerous. It was dangerous.
I could see it probably about 10 foot in front of me.
We should have pulled over. There was many moments like that.
Water was up in the air, and then I got back and turned a dial and the windscreen wiper worked.
The arm went really slowly.
Like this.
I don't think it would have done anything with it.
No, it wouldn't have done. But yeah, it's fixed now. I've got a windscreen wiper.
Just one. Only one.
Yeah, just one. It's cool. But it's not a car to be driving in the rain, is it? But I'm sure I will do. It's England.
Yeah. So obviously, as it stands now, what you've done to it, is there anything you want to do to it from now? Because every time I see it, it's kind of like there's less paint on it or different wheels.
Yeah, so we're flattening back the paint at the minute. I found so we rusted it up, didn't we? Made it look like rusty. Patinaed, yeah. I kind of rubbed that back a little bit, and there was this teal underneath, same colour as this can of lovely Monster that I've been drinking. Sponsorship. It is actually that colour, isn't it? So we're flattening it all back and making it smooth. We're going to polish it and keep the original colour coming through. But it's got, like Barry said, it's got the layers of. It looks like a tree when you cut it. Like all the layers.
Yeah.
So you can tell how old it is now through the paint. But yeah, polish it all up. Yeah, mate of mine keeps saying that I should murder it out.
Yeah. You got a carb to go on it, haven't you?
Yeah, it's already got a full barrel, but it's a bigger one, so I'm gonna put that on it. Don't know. I'm not all about the go faster parts, but make it look great.
Yeah. So and then obviously the bed. You haven't got a bed in the back, have you?
No, but I think we're going to make an actuator so we can it will lift up and show off all the air ride. And
because it'd be a shame to hide that because it does look cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of fabrication.
I think you could either go down that route or just tie it up a little bit more. And
I mean a lot of people haven't just opened that.
Have you seen you follow her as well at Georgia?
Oh, Georgia Erin.
Yeah. Have you seen the truck that she's doing?
I don't know who you're talking about.
You do.
Yeah, that's insane. That's all like engraved. And, she's
it's literally like every part of that truck has just been engraved or painted. It just looks like.
Yes,
Toyota. Is it like an old Hilux or something? Is it? It's a mini truck.
Yeah, it's a mini truck.
Yeah, the Yanks call them mini trucks, don't they? But you nearly bought one, didn't you? A Mazda.
Yeah. Yeah,
on air ride.
So we went all the way down to London, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, more Essex way, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was
a BMW engine.
Yeah, the BMW diesel engine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a 3 litre
turbo.
It was
the one you sent me the pictures of.
Yeah, the grey one. That was
with the red wheels. That was really
nice. It done really
yeah.
well with that. It was like $7,000, I think. and it was like $7,000 more than I had.
But I'm that little devil on his shoulder going, get it. Just get it.
It's like, don't worry about it later. I'm
Yeah,
like,
just tell him, put the deposit down.
So he put a massive deposit down as well. And I'm not even going to say what it was because I still not to this day not told Anne. So and then like, all the way home it was on like a high, wasn't we? Because it was cool. I wish to be honest, I wish I bought it because it was brilliant.
And then forever truck that was.
And then that night I just did not sleep a wink. I literally stayed up all night worrying about it. Come to morning and I texted you and I was like, bro, Dean, I'm not gonna buy it. And he's like, why? And I'm like, because I just can't. It wasn't practical at all.
Yeah, but
I should have got it though. No, I don't think any car's really practical, is it? When you start thinking about it, I mean, a Chevy truck isn't practical.
No.
It's cool as fuck.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't take the family out in it.
Yeah,
so it's great.
It's got that.
There's no seatbelts in it.
Bit of peace and quiet.
If you ever have a crash, the steering column's going straight through you, like little things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like
no wiper blades. The brakes,
you have to brake like a mile back down the road before you stop.
But do you smile while you're driving it?
Yeah,
that's it.
Smiles per miles.
That's what it's all about.
If I feel like really stressed or anything like that, a little blast out in the truck and I'm alright. Yeah. It's it does feel good. They've all done that.
Yeah.
All the sort of custom classic cars and stuff.
Cool. Right, so we're going to wrap this up now, but before we do, if people want to follow Dean's a tattooist, and he has a tattoo shop in in Buckingham. And how can people get hold of you if they want to get hold of you?
They can message me, but I probably won't reply.
They won't reply.
Same to all of us. Pop in, or
what's your Instagram?
The studio's Forever Wear Tattoos.
Forever Wear Tattoos, and your Instagram is
just Dean North Tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Easy peasy.
Should be able to remember that.
Yeah.
All right, and then we'll just wrap it up there.
Bruce.
Yeah.
So there's a story behind that as well, isn't there?
Yeah, so we might as well say it because now you've sent it.
No, don't tell anyone.
Oh, should we? You can. Message in the comments and I'll tell you.
You can say.
All right. Yeah, no, so basically it goes back to whenever I used to message Dean on, say, WhatsApp, I'll be like, hey bruv, how's it going? Blah, 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 blah. But then you'd send it and it would autocorrect to say, hey Bruce, how's it going? So he'd be like, Bruce, and I'd be like, it's autocorrect. And then he'd do the same, literally exactly the same thing. All right, Bruce, bruv. And it'd come back. And in the end, we just started calling each other Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce
so
1 and Bruce 2.
I'm little Bruce, even though I'm 6'3".
And I'm 4'2".
And he's big Bruce.
Big Bruce.
So, yeah, but that's...
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for coming on.
No worries, thank you.
As always.
Thanks,
cheers, mate.
And
cheers, Chris.
What was our slogan?
Slogo, you got a
slogan.
It's got a slogan. That's brilliant.
It was.
That's it now. That's the new slogan.
That's the slogan, mate.
Have I just made up a word?
Yeah.
You try and make another word on the spot.
We'll give that the next episode.
Right.
Go slow.
As always, thanks for watching and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Like, comment, subscribe, anything you want to see, notifications.
Comments in the descriptions.
Yep, comments in the descriptions.
Any slogos?
Slogos,
logos.
That's going on a t-shirt. If you want t-shirts, by the way, we have got some t-shirts coming.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.